Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. Got another Master Duel video for you. Yeah, I did it again. I made another 60 card pile deck. So this one's going to be Centurion Horus Naturia. Funnily enough, this actually started as a 40 card deck. I was just going to make a Horus Naturia deck that splashed a light Centurion engine, playing kind of like one of each Centurion card that you needed in order to get your plays going. But as I was putting the list together, I was looking at the reduced Centurion package. It was like one Premeta, one Trudea, one Gargoyle, two, one of the Field Spell, and then Phalanx. And that was like it for the main deck, plus the two in the extra deck here. I was looking at that, and then I was also looking at, I had a reduced Horus engine, right? Where I was pretty much just on 3 Mseti, Hoppy, 2 King Sark, and that was it. And I was like, I'm not satisfied with this. I really like Horus Naturia, and I actually really like playing Centurion too. And I really wanted both like engines to be at their full capacity, so I was just like, all right, I guess we're going to 60 cards. And I'm actually pretty glad that we did. I had a lot of fun playing this build. There is one thing I would definitely change about it moving forward. I would absolutely play Rainbow Bridge of Salvation. This is another trap card in addition to Naturia Sacred Tree that really likes to get sent from the hand to the graveyard. And like Naturia Sacred Tree, it doesn't really care how it's sent, so you can send it as a cost for Stand-Up Centurion, as well as for something like King Sark or Mseti, and it'd be very good. And I did notice that as I was playing the deck, there would often be a lot of times between Stand-Up Centurion and King Sark where you'd be kind of low on the number of cards in your hand. So I think having a good card to send that gives you more stuff to send is pretty good as well. Also, of course, we're playing multiple field spells, both Stand-Up Centurion and the Walls of the Imperial Tomb. So to be able to access 2 of your 3 engines off of it, again, makes the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation pretty good. Like I said, if I was going to play this deck more moving forward, which I'm sure I will at some point, I would definitely make room for those 2 cards. You could honestly probably just cut out the Centurion Bonds and probably even Wake Up Centurion. You don't super need those cards. You could also cut the MF4, is like not the most necessary either. But, yeah, I mean, the synergy between all of these engines is pretty obvious. Horus Naturia, very good at making level 12 synchros. Centurion, also very good at making level 12 synchros. So, you got 2 different kind of decks, I guess, that still want to do pretty much the exact same thing. So, naturally, it's also very easy to go into an Auxilia off of something like Camellia plus a Horus monster, and then, you Auxilia for Stand-Up Centurion, and then bada boom, bada bing, now you get a full Centurion board, with even more level 12 synchro action. Got a few rank 8s that we're playing as well for the Horus stuff, which is the main benefit of being able to splash this engine. That's, of course, going to be mainly the number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord. There are probably one of the games we're going to see. In fact, I'm almost certain one of them. A lot of the games that I won kind of played out where I lead with like King Sark or like Mseti for King Sark, and then use a couple of 8s to make number 90, and then once that's on the field, I'd be like, all right, normal summon Premeta, and then do Centurion plays, right? Being able to use number 90 as kind of insurance against hand traps is one of the best things about playing a Horus engine in a deck like this. We've also got Zombie Vamp, 2 mils into some more plays, and Garunix Eternity in case we need a board wipe going second, right? You could, in theory, use Garunix Eternity, wipe the opponent's board, and of course it wipes yours too, but if you only have Garunix Eternity, that's fine. And then after you, do that, then you're like, all right, normal summon Centurion Premeta. Zeus actually has a couple of ways you can make it here, funnily enough. We have, of course, our Exceses, but it's actually not hard at all to make this with 2 level 12 monsters either, if you really need to. Chaos Archfiend never really come up. This doesn't really come up for me actually playing pure Centurion either, but is in theory a pretty good option with, of course, the ability to go into the Chaos Angel there. Naturia Barkion is pretty cuttable from this extra deck, as I've talked about in Horus Naturia in the past, but decided to give it another try here for this time around. I mean, otherwise, the build's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, we're just kind of like playing the max Horus engine. Well, not quite max. No, we are actually playing the max Horus engine. We do have Kibesnif. We don't have Black Flame Deity, though. Not playing it in this build, but... so yeah, I mean, we pretty much just maxed out... realistically maxed out on like all of our engines here. If you did want to cut this down to 40 cards, again, you could trim almost all the Centurion stuff. You could go down on the number of copies of Premier and Trudea, like I talked about earlier. Emeth 4 could go. The spells could go. Emblem of Oath you don't need. You could cut those. You can only play one field spell. For the Horus stuff, you can cut the field spells if you wanted to. Obviously, if you're not playing, you know, any of those, I wouldn't play any of the Rainbow Bridge of Salvation package either. The Naturia package... You could go down to 2 Blessing and maybe 2 Sacred Tree, but I'd probably still even stay at 3 Sacred Tree. The Naturia package is probably the one where I'd say you can't really cut too much from it, because you're already playing pretty much the bare essentials for that. So, yeah, I would definitely come down on Centurion and Horus stuff instead of the Naturia stuff, if you want to go down to 40 with this deck. But, I had a lot of fun playing at 60, so... Alright, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say about this list. Let's break it down card by card, and then we will look at some games. So we're on Cypher and Driver, we got 1 Cypher and Driver, that is. We got 3 Naturia Mold Cricket, 1 Naturia Sunflower, 3 Maxi, 2 Cyframe Gear Gamma, 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 3 Naturia Camellia, 3 Centurion Primera, 3 Centurion Trudea. We got 3 Imseti Glory of Horus, 1 Dumatef Blessing of Horus, 1 Hoppy Guidance of Horus, 1 Kibesnif Protection of Horus, 1 Centurion Emeth 4, 1 Centurion Gargoyle 2, 1 Nibiru the Primal Being, 2 Triple Tactics Talent, 3 Stand Up Centurion. We got 3 Walls the Imperial 2, 3 King Sarcophagus, 2 Call by the Grave, I almost said Gold Sarcophagus, 1 Cross-Eye Designator, 3 Naturia Blessing, 3 Emblem of Oath, 1 Centurion Bonds, 1 Wake Up Centurion. We got 3 Infinite Permanents, 1 Centurion Phalanx, and then 3 Naturia Sacred Tree. That's going to be it for our main deck. For the extra, we're on 1 Naturia Beast, 1 Naturia Barkion, 1 Chaos Archfiend, 1 Baron de Fleur, 1 Chaos Angel, 1 Cosmic Blazar Dragon, 1 Red Supernova Dragon, 1 Crimson Dragon, 1 Centurion Legatia, 1 Centurion Auxilia, 1 number 90 Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, 1 The Zombie Vampire, 1 Guruk's Eternity, Hyang of the Fire Kings, 1 Divine Arsenal, Zeus, Sky Thunder, and then 1 SP Little Knight. That's going to do it for our list. Let's see some duels. Alright, so these were played in rating duels, and I forgot to write down what my opponent was on. I did that last time, actually, to help me keep track, but I remember what one of them is. I remember what the second game is going to be against, so... Alright, let's see what we got here. We're going second against this opponent with a very good going second hand, opening C, Gamma, and Imperm. Looks like it's going to be Yubel. Opponent's going to lead with the opening of the Spirit Gates for Dark Beckoning Beast. Normal summon the Beckoning Beast. I'm going to let them add the Chaos Summoning Beast. I'm actually not going to use any of my responses yet. I mainly wanted to see what they were going to normal summon off of Dark Beckoning Beast, if it was going to be Samsara D-Lotus. So, go to Maxi when the Chaos Summoning Beast comes down. They have the Ash, but I'm going to Gamma the Ash, which means no Imperm for me here. But I thought that resolving the Maxi was going to be a little more important here. So, looks like they have Spirit of Yubel, and they're going to, in hand, they're going to put that back with the Chaos Summoning Beast for Phantom of Yubel. Then going into Salamangreat Almirage with the remaining Dark Beckoning Beast. Triple Tactics Talent is going to hand rip me here, but I have a lot of gas. So they end up taking the Imperm, which I thought was kind of funny. But also makes sense at the same time. Even if I can't use it right now, I could use it during my next draw or standby phase to get the Phantom of Yubel before I go into plays. But I already have access to all 3 of my engines here, so like 1 Phantom of Yubel is not going to stop me anyway. I don't know, I might have put back Walls? There really was not a good putback here, honestly, for Triple Tack. Top decking my own Triple Tack, very, very good going into the Phantom of Yubel. Gonna go ahead and normal summon the Camellia, and sure enough, that does proc the Phantom. I wanted to see if I could proc that before committing my Imseti, right? Okay, so Spirit's getting popped, especially in Yubel. Got a triple attack, and I'm actually just going to draw 2 here, just because I need to send cards for Imseti, as well as my Centurion stuff later. So, Imseti effect for the King Sark, and get another King Sark, so I'll just throw down King Sark and use King Sark for King Sark, send Hoppy, bring back both Imseti and Hoppy. I think I overlay into Zombie Vampire? I do, yep. Alright, I just want to see what I mill here, I think, more than anything else. We do actually bait out the Effect Veiler here, which is very nice. I'm not even going to call by it. Yeah, I won't even call by it because I'm kind of planning on using the call by on Yubel, potentially. I guess we'll see, but either way, I'm just going to implement Oath for the pre-meta for stand-up. Oh, no, I'm not going to call by anything, but I need to save it for, oh, the King Sark pitch? Oh, interesting. I thought I was going to go for the stand-up Centurion pitch, but looks like we're going to make a 12 this way. Now, I could go for Legacia here, but popping the Yubel will just make Ultimate Terror come down, so I'm going to Auxilia for Emeth 4. Oh, that's right, and then now I can send the Emeth 4 for stand-up Centurion. Very right. For the Trudea to special, make it level 8, place down the Gargoyle F to summon as a level 8. I was going to sync for 12, but then I realized, like, yeah, I'll just Little Knight, and I'll use that to get over the Yubel here. Just banish that. Yeah, I don't know, this turn wasn't as well planned as I think it could have been on my part. Yeah, because like I said, I was going to summon another 12, but then I realized that, like, summoning a 12 doesn't really get over the Yubel here, so. Alright, as soon as I use the opening of the Spirit Gates after, I'm just going to summon the Centurion here. They can bring back Spirit of Yubel, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to also summon my... Or no, I'm just going to sync right now with stand-up Centurion, because I already have the 4 and the 8. Go for Crimson Dragon, and then I can use Crimson Dragon. Honestly, I could make either Red Nova or Blazar here. I think it'd be fine either way. Alright, yep, there's the Nightmare Pain. Gargoyle 2 and Crimson Dragon effect are both going to activate. Gargoyle 2 to add itself back to hand. I think I go for the Red Supernova here off the Crimson. Yep. That makes sense, so get the banish on the Yubel stuff. But I don't even need it, yeah, because I can just use the Little Knight when they activate Nightmare Pain here, banish the Spirit of Yubel, and then they don't have anything. Yeah, they're just going to concede as soon as it is about to come back over to my turn, so yeah. That's a pretty kind of standard game of what this deck kind of plays like. So, I mean, again, both decks are definitely looking to summon multiple level 12 synchros. So a lot of the time, you kind of just end up using one of your engines to bait out your opponent's responses and then following through with the other. So in this case, it was an Atria Camellia that baited out the Phantom of Yubel negate, and then from there, we were pretty much good to go. So yeah, pretty good example for a first duel there, I would say. Let's take a look at our next game here. Alright, so this is the game that I definitely remember off the top of my head. For this one, we're going to be up against Stun. I remember it very distinctly, and especially because this was a 13-turn game. So we're going to be taking the first move here, opening Centurion and Horus stuff. Definitely not too shabby, leading with the Imseti Glory of Horus. With the Kibesnif here, no response to the opponent, getting the King Sark and the Gamma. Gonna then normal summon the Centurion pre-meta here. I probably should have just led with the King Sark, actually made the number 90 first, which I think I realized, and then do it now. Yeah. Yep, so there's that. So we have a little bit of insulation for our plays here. Stand-up Centurion, we can of course just send the Gamma, because we no longer need that. So yeah, again, we're looking pretty solid here. This is pretty much just going to be number 90 plus Centurion plays, which again, as I touched on the deck profile, another pretty big benefit of playing this package, or playing this deck here with the multiple packages, rather. Alright, Gargoyle 2, adding itself back to hand. Auxilia is going to add the Phalanx, which we'll set before passing over, and then end phase, putting the pre-meta back in the spell trap zone. Alright, now it's their turn. They're going to lead with the X-Drav here. Definitely going to want to fire off my Centurion Crimson Dragon Lion as soon as possible. Once I see X-Drav, I'm thinking Mainly Labyrinth, but I'm also like, it could be Stun, it could like be a Makonko or some kind of like OTK style deck. So again, my thought process here is that I wanted to go for Crimson Dragon ASAP to go for the Blazar ASAP for the negate. Oh, speaking of Crimson Dragon, another card that is not in this deck that probably should be is Synchro Rumble. Yeah, I forgot to put it in, which is why Crimson Dragon didn't search it here. So, alright, boom, now we got the Cosmic Blazar here. Necro Valley's fine, Morganite's fine. Now I definitely know it's Stun, of course. They actually overlaid with the double normal, which I wasn't expecting here. Going for the number 41 Baguska, and then setting 3 before passing. So, good old Baguska. Unfortunately, number 90 can only negate monster effects when that monster effect is activated, so can't negate Baguska with it. They are going to Solemn Judgment the Centurion Phalanx. Is going to try to banish it, so no dice there. Let's see what else we can do here. Going to normal summon Trudea. Link it off with the Auxilia to go for SP Little Knight. Gonna try to banish the Baguska this way here. Only to be met with an Iron Thunder. But you know, also Royal Iron Thunder, very nice. This is a little disappointing that neither of these went through. They had 2 counter traps. However, oh, and then Mistake as well. This is fine, this doesn't affect anything. But yeah, I mean, all in all things considered, you know, things could have definitely gone worse. So at this point, we kind of have to wait out the Baguska, which I'm not the most thrilled about because they're getting to draw 2 cards a turn off the Morganite, which is obviously not good for me. If you're wondering why I'm continuing to activate King Sark, even though my opponent has Necro Valley up, I'm sending useless cards to get Horus monsters out of the deck so I don't top deck them. So just doing a little bit of deck thinning there with cards that I would not normally be activating anyway. So, and then here with the Sacred Tree, it's even a benefit, because I can still... Oh, no, right, the Mistake, right. Cannot add cards while this is up, so... Alright, Baguska finally gone. Which means we can battle and activate effects again. Gonna send my field spell to Special Gargoyle 2. Opponent's got a macro. This doesn't mean anything. They're only at 2k life points because they paid half twice. So, looking not too bad here. They're gonna try to crack down and take Cosmic Blazar during the battle phase. Of course, I'm just gonna use Blazar's Omni Negate effect here. Number 90 is the one battling into the face down monster here with 2500 attack. Turns out to be Fossil Liner though. Rather unfortunate, as it means my board's going to get wiped and not much I can really do about it. But the Blazar does at least get to dodge the wipe there and come back. Another T-set rather, set monster and set spell trap. I can normal summon Maxi, move to battle phase again. It's another Fossil lineup, but this one can be negated by the Blazar, so we're good there. And then, yep, as you predicted, I'm going to try to battle with this Maxi. Gonna see if I can get some chip damage in and win that way. Not even just with the Maxi, but now I can top deck like pre-meta, which I think actually does happen here. And now that'll be lethal. We definitely let them battle over the Maxi, by the way. We don't try to use Blazar's effect here, because otherwise they can just chain Fairy Tail Luna's effect. Okay, so we top decked Emblema Oath, which the opponent's going to Solemn Judgment, going down to 750. Ah, that's right. I'm actually remembering how this game ends. We're going to battle with the Blazar, right? Fairy Tail Luna is going to activate, but I can use Ash Blossom on it. I don't have to use the Blazar, meaning the attack with the Blazar is still going to ultimately connect. And there we go. But yeah, that's why I couldn't just use the Blazar, like, willy-nilly there, was because of the Fairy Tail Luna. If I had activated Blazar's effect before Luna activated this quick effect here, then they could respond with Luna's quick effect and then put my Blazar back in the extra deck. Obviously very not good for me. However, by holding the Blazar effect, I'm effectively waiting for them to use this effect. And even if I didn't have Ash Blossom, I would still activate Blazar, banish, this would get negated and destroyed, and then the duel would have just gone on longer. But Ash Blossom saved us there, so yay! Alright, we do have one more game to finish off with, so let's end with that one. Alright, yeah, another rating duel that I didn't write down, so I don't remember what this one's against. It's another pretty back and forth game, though, 7 turns, so should be pretty good. Looks like our opponent's taking the first turn. Open Gamma and Imperm, but not really much of a way to get our plays going here. Ah, it's Yubel again. Go figure. Opening the Spirit Gates and the Dark Beckoning Beast coming down here. Gonna let that resolve. Mainly, again, just want to see if they're going to normal summon the Samsara D Lotus, which is not the case. It's just Chaos Summoning Beast. They're going to go for Unchained Soul Lord of Yama. I will Imperm the Yama. Mainly want to Imperm it so that way I can still use Gamma later this turn if I need to. Alright, they're going to use the Opening of the Spirit Gates F Pitch Driver, bring back Beckoning Beast. And to my surprise, they actually overlaid Yama and Beckoning Beast. So this seems like a true, like, Yubel-Sprite deck. Like, actually playing a significant amount of Yubel stuff. Or at least more of a Beckoning Beast Unchained package. So, of course, we're going to try to Gamma the Gigantic. They do have the Ash Blossom for the Gamma, though. But, yeah, they're not really able to do much follow-up knowing that I have Gamma in hand. Unfortunately, no more plays for me here. Or rather, no plays to begin with, as I did not top deck anything that could send a tree to the graveyard. I am going to use the Ash Blossom on the opening here. Although I kind of was like, maybe I should just wait for Gigantic, but then I was like, no, I can Gamma Gigantic. So we're going to battle with Carrot and Gigantic here. I thought maybe they'd go for a Zeus, but no. They're just going to leave these two on the field here. Still no plays. We're seeing why this was a 7-turn game. There's so many cards I could draw here to send one of these Naturia's Sacred Trees. Imseti, the Field Spell, King Sark, Stand-Up Centurion. That's 12 cards, which I mean, yeah, I am playing a 60-card deck, but that's still about a quarter of my deck almost. That's good top decks here. So. Alright, they're going for the Elf. And passing back over to me. With that red up, Gamma no longer does quite as much as I wanted to. We do finally draw some Centurion action here, but it's definitely more than a little bit too late. As not only do they have an Imperm down here, but the red is also face up on the field. I am going to fire off this Max C, because I'm like, if I can still get any number of top decks here, we might be good, but they are going to, of course, use the Sprite Red effect. I'm going to see if I can't call by the Yama, but they're going to use the Carrot effect on the call by as well. Which is so frustrating having 4 cards in hand and not being able to do anything with them. It's funny, because I actually talked in the profile about wanting the Crystal Beast Trap card, right? But if this hand's any indication, which, I mean, one hand is never a sole indication of the consistency of a deck, but if this one hand happens to be of any indication, then it's that I have enough of these kinds of effects. So yeah, with only 500 life points left, I already knew I was gonna lose, so I'm like, whatever, I'll just set everything. Maybe show my opponent my cards just to give them a glimpse of what I had to deal with here. So they're gonna go for an SP Little Knight here. Moving to battle, battling over the pre-meta, and then I think here, yeah, I just flip over all my cards just to be like, alright, just to show you that... And they actually know my last card is Gamma because they ashed it earlier, so they saw it, so... Yeah, again, just kind of showing them what all I had here before they end up finishing the duel. So yeah, even the loss here was more just to my inability to draw stuff, which again, we had a lot of potential engine. Like, that 12 figure earlier, by the way, was only counting cards that would let me discard a Sacred Tree. There was still, of course, the Centurion, all the different Centurion cards we could have top decked to lead us into place. But of course, by the time we finally did, it was just a little bit too late. So, but always excited to see cool sprite variants from the opponent too, which is another reason why I featured this game. Probably the main reason, if I had to be honest. So, alright, that is going to do it. Thank you so very much for watching these duels. Let us move now to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Just want to give you a huge thanks for watching all the way to the very end of the video. Believe it or not, that is actually one of the best ways that you can support the channel, is by watching the videos in their entirety. But there are many ways in which you can support the channel if you are so interested. The names that you're seeing on screen here, I gotta give an extra special thanks to, because these are people who have chosen to either become a member on YouTube, which if you're interested you can do as well via the join button next to the subscribe button down there, or have signed up over on Patreon and become members there. Link to that is going to be in the description below. Without the support that is being offered by, again, all the people that you're seeing on screen right here, I would not be able to take the time to dedicate to uploading daily YouTube videos. So thank you so very much. But there are also other ways you can support as well. Again, link to the description below. If you like my deck tracker that you'll see in a lot of my videos, the Untapped Companion, you can download that for free, and if you use my affiliate link down there, then that also goes a long way towards supporting the channel. That's again free. So is subscribing here on YouTube. That's also free and a huge way to support. You can also check out Twitch, once again linked in the description below. Following and subscribing over there will not only support as well, but also give you notifications of when I go live if you want to catch some of the live streams. But really, no matter how you choose to support, it all adds up and it all definitely means the world. So thank you, each and every one of you. For now, this is Hexlex. I'm going to be signing out. But more than that, I'm hoping that you have a fantastic day.